Hey guys, welcome back. It's Michelle here with Primal Flow Fitness, and today's focus is on functional mobility. So a lot of the exercises and warm-ups we're doing today are focused on things that we do every day, things that maybe some of us take for granted. I know I have, and I probably still do. Little things like, sitting down, being able to reach your shoes to tie them, or even standing up, being able to tie your shoes that way, stepping over things, crouching down, reaching, all these things that the body is designed to do. Rather than demonstrating every warm-up once and then diving into it, I will demonstrate it and then we'll just get right into our stretch. So first thing we're gonna do, hip rotations. Previously in other videos, I did them standing up, holding onto the wall. Today what we're gonna do is get up, or rather get down on all fours like so. As always, you're stacking your shoulder above your elbow, above your wrist. And we're just going to be drawing circles with our knees. So out, your leg's gonna come up, do the full circle like this. Kind of hard to explain, you need to do it to really get the understanding of it, I think. So again, out like a fire hydrant. Okay, so let's do 8 of these per side. I'm starting with my right, you start with whatever you like. And make sure that you're tucking in your tailbone and engaging your core while you do this, so you can really, what's the word, guys? You can really isolate the hips. All right, here we go, guys, for 8. Last one for this side. All right, let's do the old switcheroo, other hip rather. Okay, going for 8 again. Hydrant, leg up, full circle. You are drawing a circle with your knee. Last one. Awesome. I just did legs yesterday. I did a leg day, and I don't know if it's because of that or because of the stretch or the rotation rather, but my buns they're burning. So this is good. Next is something we call the world's greatest stretch. Let's just get into that. So what you're gonna do for this, you're going to step out with whatever leg you choose, like so. Get yourself into a lunging position, a deep lunge, and you're going to post with the opposing arm. And your foot and your hand should kind of be side by side, vis-a-vis, all right? And what you're going to do, and you can bend this arm to get yourself down there. With your other arm, you're going to rest your elbow on the ground if you're able to. And then from there, you're going to rotate like so. And then down. Okay, and if you can't tolerate being up on your foot, it's okay, drop your knee. There's no rules saying you can't do that, okay? Same idea, you're gonna be Bending your arm to get yourself down there. Elbow is resting on the ground. You're going to do a rotation. Reach for the sky, and you're looking at your hand. You're following your hand. All right, so let's do 5. Last one. Now you're going to want to swap. So you can just stay down here and get your foot up if you wish. Or you can, do it from the top, step out, lunge, get yourself in place. I'm going to do these without dropping my knee, but you guys do what you got to do. If you need to drop your knee, it's all good. Okay, so here we go. Rest your elbow on the ground, rotation. And I should add too, your knee going out like this is okay. That just intensifies the stretch. Give it a go, you'll see. All right, so that's 1. And last one. Well, that felt great. That felt like a wonderful stretch. Next, no big surprise here. Let's do some Cossack stretches. Nothing crazy, we're just gonna do 5 per side. All right. Take a wide stance, you're gonna do a side lunge. The non-lunging leg, the toes are gonna be pointed to the sky. The lunging leg, keep that foot flat. Touch the ground if you need to for balance. But don't really depend on that. Try your best to challenge your balance. Last one. All right. So that was our 3rd warm-up exercise. We'll do one more. Last warm-up exercise, wolf stretch. I'm pretty sure that I did this in a previous video, but if you haven't seen that video, go watch it, first of all. But for now, I'll demonstrate it again. Awesome flowy little stretch. So you're gonna put your right foot in front of the other. So you're gonna reach up, and as you reach up, naturally your back foot is gonna wanna go on the tiptoes. Just hold that for a hot sec. And then you're gonna hinge forward. Back foot, the heel is gonna go on the ground. Front foot toes are gonna naturally wanna point towards the sky. And then you're going to continue to bring your arms back as far as they can go, as far as you can tolerate without the point of pain. And then you're going to come back up, reach, back foot's on its toes, hinge down, back heel drops, front toes to the sky, as far as you can. Watch those shoulders if you have any issues. Last one on this side. All right. Other side. Left foot is in front of the right, and we're reaching. Back foot on the tiptoes. Hinge down. Drop that back heel, front toes to the sky. Here's our last one. Okay, so that does it for our 4 warm-up exercises. So for today's functional mobility exercises, you are going to need weights. I'm using 10-pound dumbbells. You can use kettlebells if you wish, or some other weight. I just want to stress that I want you to make sure that it's a weight you feel confident holding above your head, and not just like for a max, you know, you're shaking and you can barely manage it. No, I want you to grab a weight that you can confidently press above your head. And really, I know I'm like a broken record with this, but you can grab anything. Grab something from your pantry. At least a pound, guys, at least. I believe that's it. Of course the water, of course the enthusiasm. You know we need it today. It's still the beginning of the week. So go and gather your equipment, and I'll see you back here in a couple of minutes. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope that you found an appropriate weight for you so we can do these functional mobility exercises. Actually, there's only one of the exercises that we need the weights for, and it's the last one. So the first thing we're gonna do are step ups. And as I mentioned before, this is a functional mobility workout. So this is working towards helping us be mobile in our everyday life. So as I mentioned, bending over to tie your shoes, maybe, you know, crouching down to get something in a low cupboard, reaching up. And it's not just being able to have that range of motion, that mobility, that strength, but also reducing your risk of injury. I don't know how many times I just like sneezed and hurt my back, or I bent the wrong way and hurt my shoulder, something like that. You know, it doesn't take very much. So the more that we strengthen our muscles, our joints, the less likely we are to injure them. So here are some step ups. I'll try my best to explain, but really watch what I'm doing with both of my legs. So I'm using just a regular standard gym bench, I guess you can call it. You can use any height that's comfortable for you. All right, so if you have, you know, chronic hip problems, if you just had replacement surgery, if you've recently given birth and your hips are not back to par, really play around with the height. This is also really good for balance. So what you're gonna do is you're going to raise your, I'm starting with my right leg. You're gonna raise your right leg, right knee up, right in front of you. You're not going to the side to step over. You're not doing this weird twist thing. Up, step over, and then with the leg that was left behind, really exaggerate the step over. You're really gonna feel it in your hips and your flexors, your hip flexors. So we're gonna step over 6 times on each leg. okay if you lose your balance, it happens. We ain't perfect. Last one for this leg. All right, we're gonna do the other leg. I actually noticed that my hip flexors were getting better because I'm actually babysitting a dog right now, and we have a little dog gate up for him. And rather than opening the gate every flippin' time, I step over it. Instead of stepping over it like this, you know, I try to focus on, you know, get your knee up there and really step over it like that. And holy smokes, guys, I try to do that with everything now. I'm noticing a difference. So let's go ahead and do the other leg. I promise if you're consistent, you're gonna see some pretty awesome changes in your body. Something else I've started doing, well, not recently started, but something that I do every day when I go up the stairs, I always skip a step now, unless the steps are sketchy. I don't want to hurt myself. Two more. Next exercise that we're gonna do, squats to good mornings. What you're gonna do, feet are a little beyond hip width apart, hands behind the head. If that's not comfortable for you, go ahead and just keep them in front of your body, tucked in. I like to do it like this because it kind of maintains the posture throughout the whole exercise. So squat down. Once you get into your squat, you're gonna bring your butt up with a hinge, and then good morning. Squat, hinge, good morning. Okay, so let's do let's do 8 to 10. I'm gonna try for 10. If you guys can get to 8, that's swell. Try to push yourself to 10. All right, so I'm gonna go for 8 more here. Squat, hinge, good morning. Squat, hinge, good morning. Good for lower back. And your shoulders are most definitely engaged if your arms are up like this. If they're like this, maybe not so much. For God's sake, I lost my count. I'm gonna do 2 more of these. I hope that was good for you guys, and I hope that you made it to 10. Next thing we are going to do, dead bugs. So get on the floor, get on your back. And we're going to do, let's do 6 to 8 per side. Okay, so dead bug, this is how you set it up. You get your feet elevated at a 90-degree angle. Arms are up straight, so if you are straightening out your right leg, it's your left arm that's going to be active. This is what it's going to look like. And the purpose of this is mainly core, but I usually will feel it in my quads, I'll feel it in my shoulders, kind of like my rear delts too. So like I said, we're gonna do 6 to 8 per side. Make sure you're breathing. Preferably through your nose. I'm going to do 2 more per side. And your arms and legs that are extending are not to touch the ground, guys. They hover above the ground. Last one. Well, hell, that felt good. So our final exercise, let's get right into it. You're gonna need your weights. And this is a push press. So every day, if you're walking, if you're mobile, your knees are somehow engaged, going up the stairs, walking. You know, if you have small children that you hold on your hip, you're constantly, you know, look at my knees. Or if you go to, you know, you're grabbing something and you're trying to, you know, get yourself solid, strong, situated, whatever. So I thought that it would be appropriate to incorporate this into our workout. Now the setup for this, I like to keep my feet just a smidge wider than my hips, okay? And I like to keep a little bend in my knee, like a springy little bend, okay? Weights are up on your shoulders, resting on your shoulders. But once you lock your knees again, or get them straight, that's when you're gonna push, press, just like that, okay? And this is obviously going to strengthen your shoulders. I do recommend if you have shoulder issues, if you have range of motion issues in your shoulders, you're gonna wanna go down in weight in order to complete the mobility exercise, okay? Now let's go ahead and do 8 to 10 of these. And as I mentioned before, with the anterior pelvic tilt, you're gonna wanna fight that with this, because naturally your butt's gonna wanna stick out and you're not gonna get the full benefit of this exercise. Okay, so tuck in that tailbone. Here we go. It's almost like you're using the momentum of your bounce to get your weight up. One more. All right. So that was one set. Guess what? We're doing another set. Okay, so let's just dive right in, okay? Let's keep our heart rates elevated a little bit. We're gonna do our step overs. We're doing 6 per leg, okay? Right in front of you, step over. Emphasize bringing that other leg over. Okay, knee right ahead of you, step over. I'm gonna do one more because I wasn't happy with a couple of those. Okay, swap legs. If your hip is clicking, making weird noises, don't worry about it, unless it's causing you some pain or discomfort. You might want to lower how much you're stepping over. I'm going to do 2 more. Okay, diving right into our squat to good morning. Hands behind the head if you can, and squat, hinge the butt up. Good morning. We're gonna do 7 more. One more. Why the heck not? Okay, get right to your dead bugs on the ground. Elevate those feet, 90-degree angle. Stack the arm joints as I always mention, and go. 6 per side. And just like that, we're back to our push press. Okay, a little beyond shoulder and hip width apart. Rest those weights on your shoulder. Elbows pointed to the front. That's 4, we're going for 10. heck not. All right, so that does it. That's 2 sets. I would invite you to rewind and do a 3rd and 4th if you want. And that's it for today. Well, thanks so much for visiting me and spending some time with me. That was a lot of fun. And I'll see you for my next video. We'll be focusing on full body mobility again. Take care.